David, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Jurgen Klopp cheekily mentioned in his press conference earlier that he was pleased that you were senior in age to him because it put him second oldest manager in the league.
Correct.
That was at the start of the season, of course. Do you feel the same way now about Roy Hodgson?
Oh, I'm thrilled that Roy's back for all those reasons. But yeah, I remember Jurgen mentioning it to me earlier in the season, and it didn't seem right being the oldest man in the Premier League, or the oldest manager in the Premier League, I should say. But you know, that's what longevity does to you, and sometimes, you know, if you can stay the course, then you do become the oldest one. So Roy's shown that hopefully there's plenty more years to come as well.
Absolutely. Such a brilliant week for your team, David. The lads must be full of confidence at the moment. Do you feel now that maybe one, possibly two more wins will secure safety? And will you have half an eye on that really important match tonight between Leicester and Leeds as well?
Well, I don't think it would be fair to say what we think we would need to stay up, but we do feel that, you know, we've got to get more points than we've got at the moment, that's for sure. But if we have to get more, then it means the teams below us have to get more as well. I think they're all aware of that. I think that other results do matter at this time of the season, no matter what MD says. But more importantly, you have to look after your own, and if you win your own, then you take care of your own business. But yeah, we'll be looking at the other games like I'm sure so many other teams will be as well.
Should be a cracker tonight though, between those two sides.
Yeah, I think there's some really good games on it. Whether it be tonight, whether it be tomorrow night or Thursday night. Now we've got so many good games on at the moment.
Well, looking ahead to your game, of course you've got a great win at home against Arsenal, that 2-2 draw. What have you made of Liverpool of late, and do you feel like that sort of result as well will give you a lot more confidence? Diogo Jota looks particularly dangerous at the moment. Liverpool is back scoring goals as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one against Arsenal you just mentioned there. So that's what you called it a win, and it was a draw.
Oh, sorry, draw.
Yeah. So no, but like the point was, we came from 2-0 down, which was a great result, and it's given us a lot of confidence, and we'll go into the next game trying to play as well as we can. We've had a very good win at the weekend, and you know, but now we have another incredibly difficult opponent who, over many seasons, have been up there with the top teams in the world. Never mind the Premier League.
And they've really started to hit some form now as well, haven't they? Scoring goals again. How will you look to sort of tackle that, do you think?
Well, I don't think it's an easy thing. You can say how do you tackle it with one way. I think you're going to have to do a lot of jobs. We've got so many good attacking players. They can change their squad around. They have a lot of players, and yeah, I think the performances recently are showing that they're beginning to find their feet again. But let's be fair, they've never been that far away. It's not as if they've been miles away from where they've been. But maybe by the standards which Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp set, maybe they feel as if they have been. But it's not as if they've been away at the bottom end of the league or that. They've just been outside the top boys. So they're always going to be a difficult opponent, no matter what time you play them.
I just want to ask you about a couple of individuals in your team. Lucas Paqueta looks like he's really starting to settle in now, and he's really kicked on. Do you feel like this season, and maybe going into next year as well, that could be sort of his time to grow, and he's really found his feet? And also Pablo Fornal's excellent cameo on Sunday against Bournemouth. Could he be in line for a start maybe tomorrow against Liverpool?
I'll answer your first part of the question. I think I will anyway. No, I'll maybe start with Pablo. No, Pablo's been someone who's done a great job for us over the last few years, and I think that he's just been unfortunate not been able to find himself in the team more often. But sometimes in football that's how it goes. But I think as far as Lucas Paqueta goes, I think I could look through so many clubs just now where they've brought in players and it's taken players time to settle. You know, and Lucas Paqueta is beginning to settle in. I think he's getting used to it a bit more as well, getting used to the Premier League, the intensity, and maybe just the way the game's played in this league takes a little bit of time.
And just the last question from me, a match that lots of fans will be looking forward to, the FA Youth Cup final. David, 1999 was the last time West Ham won it, 24 years ago. Lads like Michael Carrick and Joe Cole were involved in that. How great is that for the club, and the class of 2023, how impressed are you with them?
I'm thrilled for the boys because they also won the league last week as well. So they've won the league, and now they've got a chance to win the FA Youth Cup as well. Obviously, it'll be a tough encounter for them to go to Arsenal at Arsenal Stadium as well. But I think what you always find from an FA Youth Cup team, you tend to find you can get 2 or 3 players coming through and eventually make their way through to the first team. So that's the aim. You hope that your reason for it is the development of the young players, but it also has to show that those players have reached a good level, and you can see by them winning the league this year as well and getting to a Youth Cup final gives you an idea that there's a promising group of young players there.
Excellent, thanks, David.
Thank you.
David, just going back to Pablo Fornals, of course, when he celebrated the goal on Sunday, he was emotional, he was shedding some tears. Is that the sort of passion you want to see from your players, just how much it means to them to play for West Ham and to score goals?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think all players are passionate. Some will show it in different ways. But every player I know, everybody wants to do well. They want to score goals. They want to be involved in winning teams. I don't think I've ever known it any other way. But I think Pablo's situation, he just feels that probably he should be getting more minutes. And I think overall he's thought, I've got an opportunity here, and I've come on and I've scored a goal, and it was a really good goal as well. So we're pleased for Pablo.
Talking about Jurgen Klopp in his press conference today, he was full of praise for you as a manager and a man. What would you say about Jurgen as a manager and also as a man?
Well, I don't think there's much more you could say about Jurgen as a manager, because Jurgen's been at the top of the tree for so long. European finals and Premier Leagues and etc. Been always bringing his teams, even Dortmund and the teams he's had before. So I think everybody's known about Jurgen Klopp when he started out and he was making his way. So he's done a great job at Liverpool, undoubtedly. I don't think there would be any Liverpool supporter who wouldn't think that Jurgen Klopp's been a huge success in his time there. So the praise for Jurgen, I think, would be only what most people would always say about him. Always been an incredibly difficult opponent, because their teams were always, they worked you really hard, they pressed you, they closed you down, they played really good football, and they've had some top talented footballers as well in their team.
He also said today that Liverpool have prepared for your set pieces, and you used that to good effect against Bournemouth. You used it to good effect when you beat them last season as well. Are you expecting that to be a big part of your game plan tomorrow, as it always is, I suppose? And are you expecting an open game as well, considering how many goals you've been scoring of late and how many goals they've been scoring as well?
Yeah, well, I'd have to say we've been really disappointed with our set pieces all season. So anybody who's watched us, we've not scored as many, we've not looked as big a threat. So I think sometimes it gets drawn attention to, but it's not something we are jumping about because we think we've done a great job on it this year. We've not. We've just been okay. We've certainly missed Craig Dawson as far as attacking set pieces go. In the main, we've been pretty strong defensively, and it plays a big part that we have to be that. But I disagree a little bit with that, to be honest. That I think we are a threat, but I don't think we've shown it this year in that. Will it be an open game? I think the games in football at the moment, I think the stage of the season's at, people have got different things, some are fighting for different things, and I think a lot of the games are producing goals, and I think that might be the way, because if you go behind, you nearly have to go for it in a way, all the teams. So I think the way the Premier League is as well, there's very few teams in a position where they've got nothing to play for, if you want to call it that.
Just one final one for me. Just focusing on one individual, particularly in that Liverpool team, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and so much has been made of his new sort of hybrid role where he's been dropping into midfield. Is that something you've looked at and thought, we need a specific plan to try and contain him, as it were?
Well, it's something we've thought about, definitely, because he's a really, really talented footballer, and as everybody knows, his deliveries, he's used to the ball, his passing, his range of passing. So he's got all those traits of a very good quarterback type footballer, and also he's a good defender as well. He's been an England international for many years, so I don't think anybody should be shocked. And I think for many years people have talked about Trent. Does he play in midfield? Does he play as a fullback? And at the moment Liverpool have put him in there a little bit more often now, and he's played very well for them.